What's up, everyone? Hope everyone is doing amazing today. So today I want to speak about how to never overspend when you're scaling a product on TikTok. Because a lot of people, what they do wrong is they overspend too much and their margins get very small when they start, scaling their products and they just don't know how to scale properly. So today I'm going to tell you how to overspend. And let's be honest, on TikTok, it's the easiest way to control your budget. Why? Well, the first thing is because TikTok doesn't work with interest. Okay. So you don't need to test like 50, 60 different interests in order to find what works. The product that works well on TikTok are majority of the time product that appeals to a massive audience, like let's say a razor or a toy for kids, like something in that realm. When you have something in that realm and you advertise it and you start getting sales, then you want to make sure that you're not overspending too much so you have a healthy profit margin at the end of, the life of that winning product. So how do we do it? So I want to show you guys, like let's say this is a TikTok ad account and we want to show it, like how do we know, like yeah, we spent $100, but how do we know on this product right here with 11 conversion that we would spend 100 but not $200? So there's a trick behind everything that we do. So as you can see, like I said to everybody, obviously now we have 6 ad groups. Why? Because guys, when it's the first day of testing, we only test with 3 ad groups, only with 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. But after the first day, if it gets sales consistently through the whole day and we move on to the second day, then we open up to 6 ad groups. So we close the campaign. Yes, because and TikTok, it works like this. I know it sounds crazy what I'm going to say, but it works like this. You need to close your campaign, create a new campaign the next day, and do what you have to do. So every day you need to create new campaigns. That's basically how TikTok works, how the algorithm works. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. So, like I said, on here, 1 to 6. Um, uh, yeah. So I create the second day 6 ad groups. On those 6 ad groups, on the first day, like I tell to everybody, after 25 to $50 spent at maximum, um, if it's not making sales, I close the one that are not making sales, and I keep the one running that are making sales. On the next day, now since I have 6 ad groups, I do the same thing, but with twice the budget. So with 50 to $100 at maximum, I close the ones that are not making sales and I keep the one that are making sales. Now that we have isolated the one that are making sales, then how do we know, like, let's say, I'll give you an example right here. This one right here made 7 sales and this one made 4. How do we like go through, let's say maybe this one with a budget of $60, this one with 50, and those one, they just stayed at 20 and they didn't even spend the whole 20. So what happened is the first thing that you want to see is, okay, what is your average CPA? So your average CPA, as you can see here, and this is a first day of data. The more data you have, the more accurate this strategy will be. Because like right now, you see $4.59. That's your average cost per customer on Open2, and 7.76 on Open3. So what do? I always take the highest one. I always take the highest one, and I spend $2, $3 more on top of it. So as you can see on here, we spend 956, 956, 920. So I already know my average CPA is 7, like the highest cost to acquire a customer that I will have, it's around $7. So everything that spends over $7, it's not it's not worth me continuing. It's not worth. So if it spends, like I said, on here, $9. I just keep it and like this, and I close them. Okay, look, the metrics are kind of similar. The CTR are kind of similar, but the sales are not coming. So I just look at the highest CPA and I close down after it spends a few bucks over it. And now we're left with those two. Those two, as you can see, this one made 4 sales, this one made 7 sales. So what do I do? Normally, it's pretty simple. I know that I'm going to get a sale around every $7 spend and around $4 spent on here. So what I'm going to do, so every, like literally every $10, I should get a sale, approximately. So I'm going to rise up the budget through the day every time I get a sale. Let's say 60, 70, I get a sale, 80, I get a sale. But if now there's the strategy of depending the day, certain days are going to be more profitable than others. So certain days, what's just going to happen, let's say if you're in a Monday, I just raised the budget by, let's say, $10. So if, let's say, my average CPA is like 15, it means it takes around $15 to get a client. Then I will just raise the budget by $15. And every time that I get a sale, then I raise the budget by 15. Every time that I get a sale, I raise the budget by 15. Some days are slower, so that's it. I keep it the same way and I don't change it. But some days are higher. So some days, like the CPA always changes every day. So let's say tomorrow it's $3 per CPA and $5 here. Not on those ones because, like I said, I close the campaign and I create a new one. Let's say now I have 2 other ad groups, and those 2 ad groups that are making sales, then now they're making the CPA is lower, so it makes sales faster. What do I do? If I see that the sales are too fast, what do I mean by too fast? Is like literally every hour I got my sale, or every 30 minutes. If every hour or 30 minutes I got my sales, then I know that that day I'm going to make more money. So instead of, let's say, doing, like I said, $3 or $5 per CPA, I will do double of that. So I will do, let's say, like I said, $6 and $10 per CPA. And if it keeps going too fast, like let's say you doubled, okay? So you guys doubled, and it keeps like every 30 minutes you got your sale or your 2 sales. Now it's 2 sales that you need to have. So every 30 minutes you got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you're like, brother, like I'm literally raising the budget like every 30 minutes. That's not what you want. You don't want to be in front of your computer every 30 minutes, like raising budget, raising budget. No. So now you're going to instead, okay, the average CPA, like we said, your average CPA on that day is $3. You raise it to 6. You're still getting like sales every 30 minutes. Well, right now what you need to do is I rise it to 12, or I even rise it to 20. 20, and now, okay, at 20, every time that I rise it by 20, I get my, like, let's say my 4 sales every, like every 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. So I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable with that. So every time I get, after 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, I get another like 4 sales. Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to put another $20 and another $20. But keep in mind, you need to keep track of that CPA, because the higher you rise the budget, your CPA will rise also. So you need to find the sweet spot. If you rise to $20 like this and your CPA rise up, if it rise up to 7 and it was at 4 and it rise up to 7, it's not a big deal. But if rise up from 4 to, let's say, 15, it is a big deal. It means you're increasing too much your budget. So it's all about this and the time that it takes you to get sales. So when you do this, On the slow days, you will just match the CPA. Match the CPA. Okay, every $7, every $7, every $7. And on, let's say, the highly profitable days, you will do 3, 4, even 5 times your CPA, depending how profitable they are. That's it. And by doing this, you will have some, because not all of the ad groups will have the sales at the same pace. As you can see, this one has sales at a $4 pace, and this one has 7. Maybe you'll have another one at 15. So everyone is different. That's the beauty of it. So every ad group needs to be tested differently and need to be increased differently. So that's the beauty of dropshipping. So as you can see, this one made 7 sales at the end of the day. This one made 4 sales at the end of the day. Like, we spent, different budget. So that's what you guys want to do. So hope you understand this strategy, and hope you understand how to never overspend again on a product on TikTok in order to you have a profitable products. So wish you guys an amazing rest of your day. Take care and peace out. Love you guys.